innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Dano's Marine in Fort Pierre is your one-stop shop for all things boats and watercraft. They are your local Vexus and Alumacraft boat dealer, some of the best boats on the water. Dano's also offers a full line of services to maintain your boat out of the water so you can enjoy more time on the water. Their certified technicians proudly service Yamaha, Mercury, and Evergreen motors. Stop in today to visit about your next watercraft. Dano's Marine, proud sponsor of Pierre and Fort Pierre athletics and events.
The foundation for how we do business is right in our initials, W-E. We. Everything we do is a partnership. We understand solving the many complex challenges growers face every day takes teamwork. And when we succeed, we do it together. That's the power of we.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Producers, now's a great time to get your seed meters inspected so you're ready for spring planting. Right now, Grossenberg Implement, your John Deere dealer with 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, is offering $25 labor per row all month long. Contact one of Grossenberg Implement's service managers and schedule your planter seed meter inspection so it's ready for spring. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product. Go to grossenberg.com for details.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Titan Machinery is actively hiring service technicians to our Case IH team in Highmore, Miller, and Pierre. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make upwards of 6 figures. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single health care, and a generous tool allowance. For more information, log into titanmachinery.com/careers or contact Titan Machinery, your Case IH dealer, at 701-356-0130.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Being a part of a community means sharing the history and future of the people all around you. For 115 years, First Fidelity Bank has been doing just that, helping you get the most out of life by providing the services and tools you need, the conveniences and technology you want, and the friendly faces you expect. So you get everything you need right here in the place you call home. Now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
For over 130 years, Bank West has earned long-term customer relationships by continually adapting to current customer needs while never losing touch with its South Dakota roots. With all our branches and our corporate offices firmly rooted in South Dakota, you can count on Bank West for solutions and service backed by hometown values. We've been there and we'll be there. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Learn more at bankwest-sd.bank. Member FDIC.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierce, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Other common opponents, Potter County's played Mobridge Pollock already. Of course, the Buffaloes will play Mobridge Pollock. Buffalo's next game is against Sully Buttes. Potter County has a matchup with Sully Buttes very soon. They'll both play Lyman. They'll both play Highmore Herald and things like that. So it's a Central South Dakota rivalry. It's not the biggest rivalry for both teams, for either team, but still going to be a good game coming up here tonight. A 3-minute timeout. We'll take 3 minutes and we'll come back, give you the starting lineups coming up next. Starters are brought to you by Montana Dakota Utilities, and we'll have those next as you listen to regional high school basketball from Fort Pierre on KGFX and drgnews.com.
Wind Circle.
WindCircle, operating since 1995. We combine quality customer service and experience with the right technology to meet your needs. Our cybersecurity certified technicians will make sure your systems are secure. Services offered are video and data cabling, service and support contracts, cutting-edge camera systems to door security devices. WindCircle has many hardware options: Dell, HP, Cisco, SonicWall, and Ruckus, to name a few. Our staff has over 30 years of combined network design and cabling experience at your disposal. Call us today, 605-224-1111, and request a free quote. Again, that's 605-224-1111.
Explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a re-carpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology. You'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
No need to be afraid of all those upcoming holiday expenses. Oahe Federal Credit Union's holiday loan special is back. Borrow up to $1,500 for 12 months at 7% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where we treat you like you own the place, because you do.
People helping people. Oahe Federal Credit Union.
88.
Back at Parkview Gym on a Friday night. Brian Oakland ready to go for play-by-play Stanley County and Potter County. Let's meet both of these teams. The starting lineups are next. The starters are brought to you by Montana Dakota Utilities, in the community to serve. We'll start with the home team. This time Stanley County coming in with a record of 4-6, switching their lineup a little bit now. They still have some mainstays in there, but the backcourt will now include Eddie Duffy, a sharp-shooting 5'11 freshman, along with Paxton Deal, a 5'11 sophomore. Caden Montana, 6'1 junior, is the third guard, and Weston Prince will come in as a number 4 guard, too. A 5'10 sophomore. Brock Zabe, still the mainstay, the only senior on the squad. He is the post at 6'5 with Weston Prince, Caden Montana, Paxton Deal, Eddie Duffy, the guards, Brock Zabe in the middle, and Stanley County will bring out Brendan Bothwell and Austin Boxley in particular off the bench, and Blaze Frost as well. For the 4-6 Stanley County Buffaloes, head coached by Joey Fisher, assisted by John Duffy. Starters from Montana Dakota Utilities, let's hear from them, and we'll meet the Battlers next as you listen to high school basketball on KGFX.
Hey, new guy. Shovel, right?
Yeah, right. And I'm not exactly new. I've seen some action.
Yeah, what's your story?
Hey, my last gig, I nearly got electrocuted, almost drowned. That guy never called 811 to see if it was safe to dig.
Our guy calls every time he digs.
It's quick and easy. Any tool can do it. Calling 811 gets your underground utility lines marked for free.
Hey, safe digging is no accident. Always call 811 before you dig.
This message brought to you by Montana Dakota Utilities, in the community to serve.
MDU starting lineups for the visiting Potter County Battlers in this one, starting with a guard, senior 5'11 Ryder Falkenhagen. He might be the one to watch for the Battlers. Maybe as he goes, so go the Battlers. But Landon Larson, as Coach Hall mentioned, played well against Harriet Selby in their last game out. He's a 6'3 junior, could provide some matchup problems for Potter County. Jet Simon is a 6-foot junior in at a guard. The front court will include Carter Lukens, a 6'3 senior forward, and Chance Smith, the big guy in the middle, 6'4, and a senior for Potter County. Falkenhagen, Larson, and Simon are the guards. Lukens and Smith are the front court for the Battlers, coming in winners of 4 straight, 6-3 on the season. They're the 3rd seed right now in Region 6B. Stanley County sitting at number 5 in the power rankings in Region 6A. Coach Bryce Hall, assisted by Andrew Tuttle and April Hobart. Those are the Potter County Battlers. Those are your Montana Dakota Utilities starting lineups. The other starting lineup to give to you is the naming of the game officials, the law on the court by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Consumer Protection Division. Tonight's officials are Louis Young, Chris Long, and Randy Clute. Thanks to them for doing what is oftentimes a thankless job, the law on the court. We pause for 3 minutes, and we're back to tip it off in Fort Pierre on KGFX.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us, American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Fort Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Buffaloes!
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV. Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
1060 KGFX Pierre. Rebroadcasting on K276GT, 103.1 FM Fort Pierre. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Starting lineups have been announced on the court, and it's all that's left of our Bank West pregame show is to tip this one off. Our opening tip is brought to you by Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre. Let's hear from them, and then we're shooting hoops next on KGFX.
Welcome to Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre. Check out their selection in the meat, produce, and deli departments and hardware. And all throughout the store, they have the freshest and best quality in the area. If you don't see what you need, just ask. Their friendly staff is more than happy to help in any way possible. For any gathering, large or small, Dakota Mart is there for you. Special orders and requests also. Smart grocery shopping takes a little TLC. Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre. Thrifty, local, and convenient.
Dakota Mart sponsoring the opening tip as the Stanley County Buffaloes will control it. They'll work it over to the left wing, and a three-pointer by Paxton Deal is up but short as Potter County down with it. However, they'll miss the layup on the open opportunity by Landon Larson. Now quickly up the floor. This is Weston Prince for three. Follows his own shot, and Stanley County will keep this one alive. But now a steal up near the free throw line. That's Larson taking it away. Here's Falkenhagen out on the wing left side. He'll drive to the baseline, and he'll pick up a blocking foul. And Falkenhagen, 38 seconds into this game, going to need some help getting up off the floor. He hit the deck hard on that opportunity. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. Haley Hansen in studio running the show. With audio production, Brian Menning is running live ticket, live video streaming. And as you watch this one, he's got the mid-court view. Potter County in their dark gray or pewter, whatever you want to call that color, with the white numbers, red trim, good-looking uniforms. Falkenhagen shakes things off, and he's got the first free throw up and good. Paxton Deal guilty of the first personal foul called in this game. Falkenhagen puts Potter County on the board first. Stanley County in home white tonight with the purple numbers and gold trim. They'll head left to right here in the first half. 2 for 2 for Falkenhagen. And as Coach Joey Fisher saw on film and expected tonight, here's that 2-2-1 press Potter County will employ. This is Caden Montana. Or Eddie Duffy then to Montana, but the ball mishandled, and it's taken away by Falkenhagen. So another takeaway by the Battlers. He'll bounce it in this time to Chance Smith. Smith is too strong off the glass. Down to Montana, up ahead to Deal, and a loose basketball on the end line. And that pass going a little too far from Montana. And it'll be Potter County basketball once again. So the Stanley County Buffaloes trying to push the issue a little bit. They want to play up-tempo. Potter County's been very good at playing up-tempo over the years. Not so much what they want to do this year. Falkenhagen pulls the trigger after giving some space. NBA range, but it's too long and too strong. Rebound down to Duffy, and Duffy gets a follow, but he will not get it to go. Deal couldn't get a layup. That was hotly contested. And now Potter County back the other way. Falkenhagen misses on the layup. Buffalo's down with it. Brock Zabe with the rebound here. 2-0 still. Just a couple of free throws in so far for the Battlers. This is Deal for three. Right side up top. That won't go. Chance Smith will rebound this time. Stanley County 0 for 5 to start, plus 3 turnovers on their first few possessions. 2 minutes in, it's still 2-0 here at Parkview Gym. On the move, Carter Lukens will kick out. Chance Smith fakes, then drives, then kicks out himself to the left wing. Shot up, no good. And the three-pointer from Jet Simon bounds up and hits the support strap. And that'll be ruled out of bounds. So Stanley County will get it back once again. 2-0. A pair of Ryder Falkenhagen free throws, all we've got so far. Up to Montana here on the right side, near side. Dangerous pass, but Deal's got it. Now Duffy spotting up for three, and he hits it. Eddie Duffy, as we mentioned, a bit of a sharp shooter. He's really spurred a lot of rallies with good three-point shooting. He's got a hand in on a steal here. The Buffaloes coming the other way. And a scooping layup attempt by Paxton Deal is no good, but he'll get free throws here. Potter County with their first turnover, but again, I think it was Eddie Duffy who got a hand on the dribble to knock things away. Lukens is called for the foul here. Stanley County leading 3-2 now. Now 4-2 as Deal gets the first of 2 free throws down. Second one is upcoming. Stanley County 4-6. I think a lot of people would agree a little bit better than their record, but still trying to find their way defensively against a lot of good teams. And I think Kadoka area, the first round of the Jones County tournament, was a case in point. Deal got the second free throw. Stanley County leading 5-2. Simon wants another 3. Won't get it from the right side. Duffy up ahead, and the feed from Prince to Caden Montana, but too strong on the layup. And then a held ball that'll go to Potter County after Stanley County had the opening tip. Simon and Montana tying up, but a golden opportunity missed here by Stanley County. So here comes Falkenhagen and crew. We're 3 minutes plus into the first quarter here. 4:50, counting down. Just getting started. Boys only. Girls played last week, and Potter County won that matchup 39-35. On the move, here's Simon, but he misses a layup short. Had an opportunity to get his own rebound, but that is knocked away, and he is the last to touch, unfortunately, for the Battlers. Then it'll be Stanley County basketball as Brendan Bothwell is the first sub in for Stanley County. And already Bryce Hall wants to take a timeout just to settle the troops. Potter County, no field goals yet, just 2 free throws. The Buffaloes with a 5-point flurry have them up 5-2 right now. This is a 30-second timeout. Timeouts in our broadcast are brought to you by Agtegra, your local Agtegra cooperatives. Back in 30 seconds, this is Regional High School basketball on KGFX.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Back in Fort Pierre, Buffaloes break that pressure. Coming back at it off of the first timeout. Here's Eddie Duffy, up and in for 3. His second of the night. Timeouts in our broadcast, by the way, brought to you by Agtegra, reminding farmers that acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperatives. Here's the quickness off the bench now of Brendan Bothwell, the steal, and the breakaway layup with the left hand. Stanley County suddenly has a 10-0 run going here. 10-2 they lead, and we're halfway through quarter number 1. Chance Smith trying to cross over around Zabe. Zabe tips it, and he'll get the loose basketball for the steal. And then Joey Fisher will get a timeout, sensing some trouble, wanted to save the possession. So we've got another Agtegra timeout here in the first quarter. 30 seconds, and we're back. Stanley County on top 10-2 on KGFX.
Here at Hoven Equity Exchange, we care.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
3:56 to go, quarter number 1. Welcome back to Parkview Gym. Stanley County out of a timeout. Now Caden Montana has a pass tipped and stolen by Landon Larson. They'll push it ahead. Larson will get it back, steps aside, and fires a 3. Top of the key, no good. Offensive rebound underneath, though, and Carter Lukens will be fouled on the way back up. He'll go to the free throw line. This will be team foul number 2 in the first quarter for Stanley County. Eddie Duffy, the guilty party here, his first. Lukens to shoot a pair, and the first one is up and good. That's all Potter County has so far. No field goals, but 3 free throws so far, and another one pending here for Lukens. This one is also up and in. 4 out of 4 from Charitytown for the Battlers. That ends a 10-0 rally for the Stanley County Buffaloes. Austin Boxley has checked in for Stanley County, a 6'2 junior out of the timeout. Here's Dubby, open for 3 again. Won't get this one after hitting his first 2, but Caden Montana has an offensive rebound. Now Zabe tries a 3. That won't go, and Landon Larson will win the race to the rebound. Up ahead, passing it to Lukens. Boxley hustling back will knock it away and out of bounds. It'll be Potter County basketball, but Boxley got back and negated an easy layup, or what could have been an easy layup for the Battlers. Falkenhagen bobbles the pass, has to save it into the corner, but he tosses it into the backcourt, left to right. And a misplay by the Battlers here. Turnover number 4. Stanley County on top 10-4, 3:09 to go, quarter number 1. Bothwell will take the inbound. He'll bring it back left to right. There's Montana. And a quick fire attempt for three, and it's good for Wyatt Mortensen, the 5'11 junior who just checked in that last timeout as well. 13-4. Stanley County's got 3 triples in 5 tries so far here in the first period. On the move is Falkenhagen. He'll be grabbed. I don't know if they'll call this foul on the floor. It looks like they do, rather than in the act of shooting, but Stanley County will be guilty of their 3rd team foul. Bothwell with his first personal. 2-for-2 swap. Bothwell is out. Weston Prince, who started back in, Eddie Duffy gets his first break of the night for the Buffaloes. Chance Smith to inbound. On a bounce to Lukens. He makes a move on the left block. Shot is up, no good. And a battle for the rebound is last touched by Smith. And it'll be Buffalo basketball again. Potter County, as mentioned, they've had 2 easy wins their last 2 times out. One against Harriet Selby, one against Strasburg, Zeeland, North Dakota, but impressive win before that over Mobridge Pollock. They beat Bridgewater Emory in the Hoop City Classic over the holiday break as well. Bothwell miscommunicating, looking for, I believe, Boxley, if not Zabe, in the corner. Bad pass out of bounds, turnover number 5 for the Buffaloes. They still lead 13-4. We're under 2:20 to go in the first period. Ryan Oakman welcoming you aboard. High school basketball here tonight. The only game in town, in fact. Fort Pierre. Another bobbled pass. And a good job there keeping his feet established or reestablishing position in the front court for Jet Simon. Shot clock's down to 8. And suddenly a quick fire for Larson. This is rebounded by the Buffaloes and Blaze Frost, who checked in recently. Potter County cannot buy a bucket so far. 0 for 9 on the floor, but Stanley County continues to turn the ball over. They'll lose another pass out of bounds, and Bryce Hall wants to take another timeout here. This one, the 60-second variety, will sneak that in. This is an Agtegra timeout. Buffs by 9, still in the first period on KGFX.
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today.
Service Master of Pier is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pier is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities.
The end.
That's in our broadcast brought to you by Agtegra and Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative at your earliest convenience. Welcome back to Parkview Gym. It's Potter County trying to set something up so they get a basket to go, and they finally do. Falkenhagen feeding Landon Larson, and the three-pointer is good. It's 13-7. Now Brock Zabe from the right baseline, a little bit off the mark. Back to the Battlers, and Zabe gets back on defense. He'll swat a shot out of bounds. The attempt by Jet Simon. Battlers finally get their first field goal of the night, a three-pointer, which was their 10th shot attempt in the first period. More substitutions. Frost is out for the Buffaloes. Eddie Duffy back on. Chance Smith is out for Potter County. Sean Sawyer, a 5'11 senior, on for the first time tonight. Bryce Hall says they don't go very deep. 6, maybe 7. Here's a takeaway by Caden Montana into a held ball. He just picked the pocket of Carter Lukens. And that'll be a steal for Montana, but then a jump ball giving Stanley County the alternating possession. They'll try to work it across. They get it across the court to Eddie Duffy and across the timeline from there. Reset with Paxton Deal. We hit the minute mark of quarter number 1 here at Parkview Gym. 13-7 Stanley County. Duffy in the corner is good for 3. 3 times over, Eddie Duffy has reined him in from outside. He's got 9 points. That's the lead right now for the Buffaloes, 16-7. 40 seconds to go, looking for the answer. Landon Larson rims one in and out, no good. Loose basketball on the floor, bodies on the floor, and we'll have a foul called. That was Sawyer going after it. I think the foul is going to go to the one who got there second to the basketball, and that's Weston Prince. His first personal, team foul number 4 for Stanley County here in the first period. 37 seconds on the game clock, 35 of the new shot clock starting. Potter County could play for the last shot, essentially, although that might not be quite their style. Top of the key with it, Carter Lukens. Beyond the arc. Dribbles to the high post on the right side. Now back to Jet Simon. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Simon drives. Shot up no good. Trying to keep it alive. Lukens gets the rebound, but he can't put it back either. And it'll be a Stanley County rebound here with Montana. They'll have to hurry. 7 seconds in the first. They'll leave it for Zabe from the corner. Good. Montana dishing. Brock Zabe finishing for 3. And Stanley County with a good first quarter. Took them a while to get started, but they have a lead on the Wagner Auto scoreboard of 19-7 over the struggling Potter County Battlers, at least for the first 8 minutes of play. Scoreboard brought to you by Wagner Auto Company and Pier, the one place to go, South Dakota's oldest auto dealership. We pause for 60 seconds. Quarter number 2 coming up next. You're listening to Regional High School Basketball on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
Innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Back at Parkview in Fort Pierre, we go to the second quarter. Brian Oakland, glad to have you here on a Friday night. Stanley County hitting 5 threes in quarter number 1. 6 of 15 overall on the floor, 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. They lead 19-7 as the Battlers work it in to Ryder Falkenhagen. Ryder working hard on the right side. He'll muscle one up and get it to go. And now a takeaway by Sean Sawyer in the backcourt. Steal for the Battlers and a feed from Lukens to Jet Simon. Defense turning into offense. That is more like it for Potter County. So here we go. Buffalo's back at it, but we got a spin move and a travel called on Caden Montana. Nifty move otherwise, as he got a leaning layup to go, but wave it off. The turnover came first, and that's 7 for the Buffs so far tonight. 19-11, just underway. First minute of the second period. Across the timeline goes Simon with it. Chance Smith has checked back in. Big fella. Gets it back up top to Lukens. Now back inside to Smith. He'll challenge Zabe. Soft touch, but off the backboard, or I should say off the back of the rim, no good. Good quick move by Smith, but this time it just would not go. And it'll be Stanley County basketball. 6:55 to go. First half. Here's Eddie Duffy with it. Buffs across in that 2-2-1. It's more of a presence, not necessarily a pressure. Battlers just make you think about things a little bit more, trying to get it across the timeline. Montana Gives one off here to Paxton Deal. He finds Brock Zabe on the backside. Zabe up and in for two, and he'll get a foul called on Carter Lukens to add to it, and a chance at a three-point play for Brock Zabe. 10-point lead restored here for Stanley County. Second personal for Lukens. Still fairly early here in the second period. He'll have to be careful. In fact, he'll have to come out after Zabe makes the free throw, which he does. Falkenhagen was out briefly. He'll be back in. 22-11, Stanley County in front. And again, Potter County especially a team that really can't afford to go too deep into foul trouble. A miss of a dipsy-do by Falkenhagen. Buffaloes push it up ahead. Prince trying a layup. It is swatted away and out of bounds. Good catch-up defense there by Potter County. Inbound coming for Stanley County, however. They'll get it out to Duffy. Falkenhagen almost got a takeaway. Duffy keeps it alive. Here is Prince, right wing. Now to Deal. And his pass knocked into the backcourt, and Falkenhagen collides with Paxton Deal. And Ryder will pick up a foul here. Quick hands play there by Falkenhagen, but again, the win of winning the race back to the loose basketball was Deal. 6:05 to go. We're in the second quarter. 22-11 Stanley County. They led 19-7 at the end of one. Falkenhagen gets another steal here this time, but Paxton Deal gets back and takes it right back to the Buffaloes. Deal to Montana for three, and it's good. Buffaloes hit another long one, 25-11. 14-point advantage, the biggest of the first period. Simon, foot slipped almost right out from under him. Here's a finger roll for Landon Larson. No good. Chance Smith is there to clean it up. He'll put it back up and good. Good second chance basket for the Battlers. Here's Deal in traffic and cannot get it to go. He had to adjust in midair. Otherwise, Chance Smith would have had an easy block. Here's Zabe picking the pockets of the Potter County dribbler. Zabe will win the race to the bucket. Left to right, Brock Zabe now with 8 points. It's 27-13, 5 minutes to go in the second period. And we'll have a blocking foul called here right past the scorer's table at half court. Foul is on. Says number 5 up there. That would be Blaze Frost. No, I didn't think it was. It was Falkenhagen that was still up there on his last one. This was Weston Prince. That's what I thought. Second personal for Weston. First team foul in the second period for Stanley County. Here is Simon. Trying not to get flustered. He got it away to Chance Smith. Now back to Jet Simon. Simon skips one to the left wing. Buffs go for a steal, and stepping into a shot is Jackson Krause, a 5'10 junior. And he puts his first shot up and in. He just checked in for Falkenhagen a moment ago. Here's Montana trying to slice and dice. Shot up, no good. Loose basketball to Larson. But up ahead, he will overshoot Simon, and that one will head out of bounds, and we'll trade turnovers again. Caden Montana will check out. Wyatt Mortensen, who has a three-pointer in this game, back in, the 5'11 junior for the Buffaloes. Stanley on top, 27-15. Eddie Duffy pushes one up ahead to the near side. Zabe, little hesitation, but is called for a carry of the basketball. And another turnover here for the Buffaloes. That's 9 in the game for Stanley County. Potter County has 8 as well. So again, fast-paced ball is going to increase your opportunities or your chances of turning the basketball over. Maybe that's what we're seeing here. Simon leaves it with Larson. He'll fire a three, and that's no good. It'll ricochet off to the left and out of bounds. Stanley County basketball. Potter County 1 out of 5 from outside the arc. They've hit 4 field goals now here in the second period. They went 1 of 13 on the floor unofficially in that first. Here's a kick of a pass by Larson, out of bounds on the near side. Duffy will inbound from there. 3:51 left, second quarter. 27-15. Second game of the week for the Battlers. They played Harriet Selby at home on Tuesday night in Gettysburg. Stanley County has not played since last weekend. In fact, 1 week ago today when they played and beat Colombe in the consolation semifinal of the Jones County tournament. Of course, Saturday was weathered out. Buffaloes mishandle a pass. That's out of bounds. Potter County will take it over again. Stanley County will play the Lyman Raiders for 5th place later on in the season, February 19th, a game that actually will be heard here on KGFX. And they'll settle 5th place then. Falkenhagen tries to drive. Layup up, no good. Save down with the rebound. Buffalo fast break will end in a free throw opportunity as Deal is fouled in the act of shooting. Shot wouldn't go. Paxton heads to the free throw line. Battlers with their 3rd foul as a team. This is Kraus and his first personal. Deal's first free throw is good. He'll get another. Towing the line. 3 dribbles. Shot up. And no. On the shooter's touch, it would not go. That's the first free throw missed by either team tonight. They had gone 8 for 8. Stanley County knocks the rebound out of bounds. It'll belong to the Battlers. 28-15 Buffaloes. Stanley County just more consistent offense and sharp shooting from long range. That's the difference in this one so far. Here's Falkenhagen taking the screen. Driving, can't get it to go. On the backside, it's Lukens with another offensive rebound. Fouled on the way back up. He'll go to the free throw line. That's 3 offensive boards for Carter Lukens in this game. Carter just 2 for 2 from the free throw line, though. That's all the offense or all the scoring he's got so far. First one here comes up short. Foul goes to Mortensen for the Buffaloes, his first. He'll check out. Austin Boxley is back in. And Carter Lukens will try for one more. 3:09 left in the second quarter. This free throw is good. He's 3 out of 4. Back to a 12-point margin, 28-16. Buffalo's in home white, left to right across the timeline. Boxley finds Deal. Brendan Bothwell also back in there. Here's Zabe, quick fire 3 in the corner, maybe too quick. And the rebound is down to Lukens, looking to speed it across the timeline. Loose ball on the floor. Lukens on his knees finds Chance Smith. Now Smith trying to get around Zabe. Zabe ends up on the floor. Smith misses, but Carter Lukens, another offensive rebound, and the putback good this time. Lukens working hard on the glass, especially on the offensive end. 2.5 minutes to play. Potter County back within 10. Here's Eddie Duffy. Up top, Bothwell. Oh, and another slip. Well, I tell you what, players on both ends of the floor are slipping, and their shoes are going right out from underneath them from time to time. I've seen that twice from Jet Simon tonight from Potter County on the other end of the floor. Now Brendan Bothwell had that happen here. That's a traveling violation. Bothwell passed it away, and the Buffaloes reined in a 3 from there, but that's after the turnover. 28-18. Stanley County's lead can be cut to single digits here if the Battlers can get a bucket. Falkenhagen collects a loose basketball. Lukens had an extra pass, but it's stolen by Austin Boxley. And Stanley County will take it back. 9th turnover for the Battlers. Deal stops his dribble, fakes the shot, was going to pass down to the corner, but Battlers get in the way and knock it away out of bounds. Bothwell out, Caden Montana back in. And Eddie Duffy will throw in off the left side of the key. Underneath for the Buffs, and a short pass. It is stolen by Landon Larson. Taken right away, a little too easy there defensively for the Battlers. Larson wants 3, won't get it though. Boxley rebounds. Here come the Buffaloes. Montana fakes 3, puts it on the floor, and he will be called for an offensive foul. Lukens stands his ground. Montana went with the jump stop. He wanted to go up with it, but suddenly right there in his way was Carter Lukens. And it's a turnover for the Buffaloes. Falkenhagen tries another scooping layup. Won't get it. There's Lukens again. Now a 3 for Smith off the mark. Looked a little out of range that time. And a foul called with a hold underneath. Scoring is slowed here. We've gone at least a minute and a half of game time, maybe 2 minutes, and the score is stuck on 28-18. Paxton Deal called for a foul here. That's his second, so he'll check out. Bothwell back in. Chance Smith is blocked by Boxley. Keeps it alive, gets it back. He tries an 8-footer. This time that's no good. And the rebound down to Montana, and then Smith reaches in and is whistled for a foul, much to his amazement. 4 fouls per team here now in the second period. 1:15 counting down. Both teams are in the bonus for the quarter. And the 5-foul rule new this year. Here is Zabe, right side. Montana left. Bothwell back to Brock Zabe, pulling up from the right elbow. Shot no good. Boxley will keep it alive underneath. Shot clock continues. 15 and counting. On the move, Duffy looking for Bothwell. This one is tipped. And Bothwell will shield Falkenhagen from trying to get back at it. Buffs have 11 on the shot clock now. They'll have to inbound from their own bench and go most of the length of the floor. They get it cross against the press. Now Bothwell floats one up and can't get it to go. He gets the rebound tipped right back to him. And then he gets tangled up and fouled in the act of shooting. Brendan Bothwell will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. About 41 and a half seconds left. Bothwell, good athlete for the Buffaloes. Can't get the first free throw, though. One of the fastest kids in school here in Fort Pierre, 5'7" sophomore. He's also one of the top bowlers in Stanley County School. Part of the Pierre Junior Bowling Program. Carries an average somewhere in the 180 to 190 range. Been bowling a long time. And been watching him grow up on the lanes. Here he gets the second free throw. And whistle just to allow a substitution in for Potter County. Sean Sawyer back on the 5'11" junior. He's got it in the corner. 33 seconds to go. It's an 11-point Stanley County lead. We're in the first half, counting down. Falkenhagen around Bothwell, stops, now goes up against 2 Buffaloes. That didn't work out. Bothwell had the rebound, but it's still loose, now picked up by Eddie Duffy. Here's Duffy to the corner, Montana. Shot clock is off, the game clock is down to 10. Boxley out to Duffy. Here's Bothwell to Boxley. Shot up from 10 feet, in and out, no good, off the glass. The rebound is down to the Battlers. And that is how our first half will come to an end. A lot of scrambling there. Stanley County eventually got a good look, but it didn't go. And they'll stick with a 11-point lead here on the Wagner Auto scoreboard at the end of one half of play. Stanley County 29, Potter County 18. Scoreboard brought to you by Wagner Auto Company in Pierre, the one place to go for South Dakota's oldest family-owned auto dealership. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. It's halftime, and halftime in our broadcast sponsored by CHS, River Plains, and cities throughout central South Dakota. We'll come back and talk about this one. You're listening to Regional High School Basketball on 1060 KGFX, 103.1 FM, and drgnews.com.
Dano's Marine in Fort Pierre is your one-stop shop for all things boats and watercraft. They are your local Vexus and Alumacraft boat dealer, some of the best boats on the water. Dano's also offers a full line of services to maintain your boat out of the water so you can enjoy more time on the water. Their certified technicians proudly service Yamaha, Mercury, and Everroot motors. Stop in today to visit about your next watercraft. Dano's Marine, proud sponsor of Pier and Fort Pier athletics and events.
The foundation for how we do business is right in our initials, W-E. We. Everything we do is a partnership. We understand solving the many complex challenges growers face every day takes teamwork. And when we succeed, we do it together. That's the power of we.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Producers, now's a great time to get your seed meters inspected so you're ready for spring planting. Right now, Grossenberg Implement, your John Deere dealer with 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, is offering $25 labor per row all month long. Contact one of Grossenberg Implement's service managers and schedule your planter seed meter inspection so it's ready for spring. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product. Go to grossenberg.com for details.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
A 19-7 score at the end of one quarter of play built that lead to 14 early in the second. Even though Potter County's defense started to stiffen up a little bit, I think Stanley County had a little trouble in adjusting to Potter County's in-your-face style, especially in the half court, I think, in that second period. But the Buffaloes actually Potter County with an 11-10 scoring advantage in that second quarter. Trim it back to 11 here. It's 29-18. Stanley County goes 6 of 15 on the floor in the first period, 3 of 10. Fewer shots up in that second period. And again, credit that Potter County defense creating turnovers as the Buffaloes try to still play up tempo. 9 of 25 overall on the floor, just 36% for Stanley County. And 6 out of 12 overall from outside the arc. I mentioned those 6 threes so far. Eddie Duffy hit 3 of them in the first period. 5 of 7 on the line for Stanley County. Duffy leads the way with 9 points. Brock Zabe has 8 points, and then 5 Buffaloes have 3 each. Brendan Bothwell, Caden Montana, who has a 3-pointer, Paxton Deal with 3 free throws, and Wyatt Mortensen off the bench with a 3-pointer down for the Buffaloes as well. For Potter County, as mentioned, 1 out of 13 on the floor in that first period. They got it going a little bit in the second, 5 of 16, but still just 6 of 29, just over, what would that be, 20% on that first half of play. 1 of 7 from outside the arc. They are getting a good percentage at the free throw line, though. They're 5 of 6 from there. Battlers are led in scoring by Carter Lukens, who has 5 points. Ryder Falkenhagen's been held to 4 so far. Landon Larson with the only three-pointer down for the Battlers. He has those 3 points. Chance Smith, Jet Simon, and Jackson Krause off the bench, all with 2 points for the Battlers. 29-18 your score. Stanley County with a 16-14 rebounding advantage. Both teams doing well on the offensive glass. Stanley has 5, Potter County with 6. Carter Lukens has 6 rebounds by himself, but 5 of those have come on the offensive glass. He's done a lot of things to try to keep things alive for Potter County. Caden Montana with 5 rebounds to lead the Buffaloes in that statistic. Stanley County has turned it over 12 times. And let's see, 7 of those came in the second period. Potter County with 9 turnovers. The Buffaloes have a 7-4 advantage in the assist column. Paxton Deal unofficially with 4 of those assists. Montana has the other 3. Lukens has 2 of the 4 for the Battlers. 29-18. That's our score. We're at halftime. CHS River Plains halftime continues. After this 3-minute timeout, we're back with more regional high school basketball on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
Titan Machinery is actively hiring service technicians to our Case IH team in Highmore, Miller, and Pierre. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make upwards of 6 figures. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single health care, and a generous tool allowance. For more information, log into titanmachinery.com/careers or contact Titan Machinery, your Case IH dealer, at 701-356-0130.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Being a part of a community means sharing the history and future of the people all around you. For 115 years, First Fidelity Bank has been doing just that, helping you get the most out of life by providing the services and tools you need, the conveniences and technology you want, and the friendly faces you expect. So you get everything you need right here in the place you call home. Now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
For over 130 years, Bank West has earned long-term customer relationships by continually adapting to current customer needs while never losing touch with its South Dakota roots. With all our branches and our corporate offices firmly rooted in South Dakota, you can count on Bank West for solutions and service backed by hometown values. We've been there and we'll be there. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Learn more at bankwest-sd.bank. Member FDIC.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Back at Parkview in Fort Pierre, it's 29-18 home team. The Stanley County Buffaloes over the Potter County Battlers. I'm Brian Oakland. Upcoming action here on KGFX. Tomorrow we've got a couple of high school wrestling duels. The Pierre Governors are going to host their East-West duels, and we'll have a couple of those of the 4 duels that they have on the day against Rapid City Stevens and Sturgis. Tomorrow here on KGFX, we'll be on the air at about 12 o'clock noon for that Stevens duel, and then about 3 o'clock for their duel against Sturgis. And then our next broadcast after that comes Tuesday. The Governor girls go to Aberdeen Central And a matchup that will be heard here on KGFX. Our next Stanley County broadcast will be Thursday. Darren Boyle will have the call of that one as the Buffalo girls and boys head to Stefan to take on the Crow Creek Chieftains in a girls and boys doubleheader. That's Thursday. Next Buffalo action here on KGFX. More Pure Governor girls action when they host O'Gorman on Friday next week. Give it the schedules in the post game for both of these teams upcoming when we get to that point. Stanley County with the opening possession of the second half. Tipped pass, but Eddie Duffy on the baseline feeding Brock Zabe, picking up the loose basketball under the basket. He'll put it up and in, and Stanley County gets off to a good start here in the second half. Potter County in the dark gray and white numbers, left to right. Ryder Falkenhagen with a stop and a pop. And the shot is up and good from 10 feet. Falkenhagen struggled quite a bit to get good looks in that first half of play, but he's got 6 points now, 31-20. Back to an 11-point lead. Here is Zabe off the pass. Shot up for three, no good. And on the backside, Landon Larson down with a rebound. Quickly up ahead. Falkenhagen's got a 3-on-2 leading the way. Zabe will commit the foul, and Falkenhagen will go to the the free throw line, rather, to shoot a pair. Potter County with Ryder Falkenhagen, Carter Lukens, Landon Larson, Jet Simon, and Chance Smith. Starting five out there. Buffalo's counting with the five they started with tonight. Weston Prince included. Brock Zabe, Paxton Deal, Caden Montana, and Eddie Duffy. Falkenhagen's first of two this time is good. Stanley County has led by double figures most of the way since they got hot from outside the arc in the first period. They led 19-7 at the end of one, but now Potter County, for the first time in a while, cuts it back within single digits. Falkenhagen hit the second free throw. Now Ryder with the steal at half court. And a foul is called as the Battlers go up for the layup. Jet Simon to the free throw line. Some of these Stanley County passes, and this was one of them that led to the turnover here. Just a little too easy for Potter County to see them coming, and they step into the passing lanes. They're very quick, and they've been able to get some takeaways. However, Jet Simon goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line here. Weston Prince blocks out the shooter, gets the rebound. Here comes Caden Montana, and he gets skinny and slices through defenders. Montana with a left side layup, up and good. He has 5 points. 33-22, back to an 11-point lead, back to the halftime margin. 4 points for both teams so far here in the third period. Falkenhagen in the lane, and he'll be reached in upon in the act of shooting by. Actually, they say Duffy. I thought it was Weston Prince, but Eddie Duffy will pick up his third personal now. Eddie's been quiet since the first quarter, but he had a lot to say as far as shooting the basketball in that first period. Had 3 threes. Duffy out. Bothwell back in. Brendan's first trip on the floor in the second half. Falkenhagen's got the first one. And the second one this time off the back of the rim, no good. But we'll have a foul called rebounding-wise underneath. And this one goes to Simon. It'll be Stanley County basketball. Inbounded Dale. Potter County still shows that 2-2-1. Buffaloes will work it across with a 10-point lead. Bothwell penetrates, but then as he tries to kick out, right there is Larson to knock it away. It'll stay with the Buffs. 6:14 left in the third. Brian Menning doing live video streaming for Live Ticket. You can see it from his point of view, right to left, now left to right, and a steal by Carter Lukens as the Battlers head back. And here's another foul called on the Buffaloes, and this is Weston Prince raising his hand. And Stanley County's already got 4 fouls here, and we haven't even played 2 minutes of the third quarter. Inbound gets out to Falkenhagen beyond the 3-point arc. He'll leave it. Top of the key, a 3 ball here for Simon, no good. Montana down with a rebound, pushing ahead, and Paxton Deal with a fast break layup. That started with essentially a long rebound off of the miss of that 3 by Simon. Here's another drive. And a good one at that as Falkenhagen is bumped. He scores the layup and a chance at a three-point play. I think this is the style of play Potter County is more used to, especially from Ryder Falkenhagen. He was just 1 out of 7 on the floor unofficially in that first half of play. Now he's got a couple of buckets here. He picks up a second foul from Brendan Bothwell. Three-point play complete. And Falkenhagen, 4 of 5 from the stripe in the quarter, 6 of 7 overall in the game. 35-26, Buffalo still lead by 9 across the baseline. Nice pass, Deal gets past 2 defenders to Brock Zabe. Zabe gets the bunny up and in on the left side. And it's still an 11-point lead once again for Stanley County. Falkenhagen spinning around Bothwell. Bodies on the floor. Falkenhagen misses this time. Zabe with the rebound, but Lukens catches back up, and he'll take it right back. Up ahead, Falkenhagen. No, not this time. Offensive foul. As Brendan Bothwell peels himself up off the floor, taking the charge this time. Ryder Falkenhagen with his second personal. Just 2 fouls as a team for Potter County in the second half so far, or in the third period, but we're just coming to the 5-minute mark, and Stanley County's already committed 5. Blaze Frost is on for the first time in the second half. Lob pass, dangerous, but Montana comes to get it. Back to Deal on the wing. Zabe taking the entry pass, bumped a bit, but it's another steal. Chance Smith got a hand on it, and on the leaner here, Lukens will head to the free throw line. Bothwell took a charge on the previous opportunity. He tried to sell one here. Tried to stand his ground at least. But he'll pick up his third personal. Foul frequency picking up here, especially for the Buffaloes. Already 6 fouls. And we've seen Weston Prince, Brendan Bothwell, and Eddie Duffy all pick up their third on a personal level. Carter Lukens at the free throw line. First one good. Another one coming. That one makes it a 10-point game again. It really seems like Potter County's been able to have the upper hand so far here in the third period, but the 11 or a 10-point lead in this case still intact. Deal misses, but Brock Zabe cleans up the loose basketball. He is fouled on the way back up. Now these foul numbers really starting to come in droves, it seems. 37-27, Stanley County. Zabe at the free throw line. First one is good. Chance Smith checks out for the Battlers. Sean Sawyer is in there. Battlers who do not go very deep. See if that becomes a factor later in this game, especially when both teams are playing as fast pace as they want to. Lukens with the rebound off of the miss of the second free throw from Brock Zabe. Pass by Lukens down to Simon. Simon with a great save in the corner. Got it to Lukens. Now back to Jet Simon. He'll be tripped up. Simon looking to drive for an open layup, but an inadvertent trip. Still a foul to the Buffaloes, and this will be the third the first personal for Blaze Frost. Had the wrong number up at initially. Off the front of the rim here by Simon. He'll try another. Potter County already shooting their 12th free throw of the third quarter, but this one also no good. Zabe will rebound. Simon struggling, 0 for 4 so far. Montana slicing through defenders, can't get the finger roll layup on the left side baseline. Falkenhagen and company across the timeline, but now this is Montana behind Falkenhagen. Loose ball picked up by Brock Zabe, the high school quarterback, throws it the length of the floor to Paxton Deal. And Paxton will lay it up and in. Started with a steal by Montana. On the sideline, a 13-point lead now, and we'll have a foul called here on Deal. Paxton got screened by Carter Lukens. both end up on the floor. Bodies have been on the floor quite a bit so far here in the third quarter. This is Falkenhagen in the bonus to the free throw line now. So apparently Deal had a blocking foul maybe even before that screen occurred, which put Paxton Deal to the floor. Falkenhagen hits the first free throw here. 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Had a chat with Darren Boyle, our sports colleague at DRG Media Group, before this game, and he kind of thought there'd be a lot of free throws attempted in this one. We didn't see that so much in the first half. We're seeing it now, though, DB. Here's Montana for three, and that one too strong, but there's contact and a foul called on the backside here, and apparently it's going to go on Wyatt Mortensen, the junior off the bench. And Stanley County, again, going to have to continue to go to their bench if they continue to pick up fouls at the pace they are. We'll have a timeout on the floor, 3:37 to play third quarter. We'll have Badler free throws after a 30-second Agtegra timeout. We're coming back to Parkview Gym. This is high school basketball on KGFX.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to Parkview Gym. Ryder Falkenhagen once again at the foul line. Wyatt Mortensen with his second personal to send us to that Agtegra timeout. Agtegra reminding farmers that acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Shooter's touch for Ryder Falkenhagen on the first one. The second one swishes its way through. Ryder has made a living on the foul line here in the third period. Potter County back within 10 again at 40-30. Here is Boxley. Give and go back to Caden Montana. He'll get the extra pass to Zabe. Zabe will go to the free throw line here. More free throws coming. While we got a break, let's send it back to studio. Take a station break. You're listening to Regional High School Basketball on KGFX.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. 1060 KGFX Pier. Rebroadcasting on K276GT. 103.1 FM Fort Pierre. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Thank you, Haley Hansen. Back in studio. Along with Brian Menning doing live video for Live Ticket. I'm Brian Oakland. Play-by-play. Brock Zabe 2 for 2 at the line. The Buffaloes continue to lead by double figures. It's a 12-point lead now at the 3:15 mark of the third quarter. There's Ryder Falkenhagen. Nice shifty move. Spin, but the layup on the left side off the mark, no good. And we will have a loose ball on the floor and another foul. And in this case, for the Buffaloes, Blaze Frost a little slow getting up. One thing we're seeing a lot, especially here in the second half, is a lot of hustle from both teams. But some of that tends to be a little bit out of control, and I think that was the case here. Jet Simon will be guilty of his third personal. That's the first battler with that many. It has been a foul fest so far here in the third period. Austin Boxley at the free throw line in a double bonus. First free throw attempt of the night. It's up and good. That's his first point. Clock stopping at the 3:06 mark here in the third quarter. Boxley taking his time. Crouches. Left-handed shot. It's up and good. 44-30. 4 in a row from the stripe now for Stanley County. And they match their biggest lead of the night at 14. Carter Lukens to Jet Simon. Now Landon Larson back to Falkenhagen. He'll drive through defenders. Shot up no good. Lukens had it but loses it to Blaze Frost for the rebound. Now Falkenhagen takes it right away and he'll lay it up and in. So Well, and then Stanley County quickly right back up. As it's finished off, I think that was Montana up to Brock Zabe, who gets another layup. 46-32. 2:20 to play, and a misfire of the pass here by Simon, looking for Falkenhagen. That'll head out of bounds at the scorer's table. And it'll be Stanley County basketball. Turnover number 13 for the Battlers. 2:15 to play. Still third quarter. Frost looks. He's left alone for three. He'll pull the trigger, but this is off the mark. No good. Maybe a little too strong. Falkenhagen with a rebound. Brock Zabe will block the layup attempt, but Riders going to the free throw line again. And the Buffaloes, I think they've got almost 10 fouls so far here in the third quarter. And, of course, 5 is the magic number to put you into a bonus. It is Zabe with his second. And Falkenhagen unable to hit the first one this time. Looks like Jackson Krause waiting at the scorer's table to check in for the shooter here. Second one for Falkenhagen is good. He'll check out. And Krause is in. 46-33. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to play. Still in the third quarter. Potter County still with the presence in the full court. 2-2-1. Push pass up ahead. Zabe fakes and drives and into a foul. Another Battler foul this time. Chance Smith is helped up off the floor. His second personal. Well, apparently I've missed a few. They've got him with 4 on the board. And they are going to bring Chance Smith out. The officials. And Bryce Hall needs an explanation here from Chris Long. And the only things I can speculate about here is that Smith hit the floor kind of hard. Maybe Chris Long just thinks, let's get him out of here, get him checked out, but that's not really happening on the bench either. So not sure what that discussion was about. Zabe in and out and back in again on the free throw. The first one is good. Second one is upcoming. Pace has slowed considerably because of the fouls and the whistles here in the third period. Second one rattles in and out. Austin Boxley runs down the rebound. Now back up. Mortensen is blocked, but Brock Zabe is there to put it off the glass and in for 2 more. 49-33, the new biggest lead for Stanley County. Simon misses and Boxley rebounds. Then it's back right to left across the time barrier. Here is Zabe to the near side. Mortensen picks his dribble up. Just a pass through a trap. Montana. Pass was tipped, but Zabe runs it down in the backcourt. Now back ahead to Montana, and the layup is good on the left side. Stanley County suddenly starting to get in quite a rhythm. An 18-point lead, 51-33, with $1:05 to go here in the third period. Jackson Krause has to get rid of it, finds Carter Lukens, and now we've got a push away from the basketball. And things starting to get a little bit chippy here now. There's been a lot of hustle, but now we're starting to see a lot of physicality, and an offensive foul. It goes to Krause. That'll be a turnover for the Battlers, because they need to start valuing possessions a little bit more. Zabe's going to fire 3 open, but no good. Rimming in and out. Loose basketball. Boxley has another offensive board for the Buffaloes. And now the pass back into the lane, and we've got hands everywhere. And it looks like a jump ball. This time the possession arrow belongs to Potter County. 51-33. It's the Buffaloes leading the Battlers. As Simon gets it across the timeline. Ooh, I thought he dribbled it off of his foot, but maybe gets a break. Maybe it was off of Mortenson's foot. Out of bounds. It stays with Potter County. He'll throw in off the right side of the key to the near side of our vantage point here. This is Lukens looking. Eye contact with Landon Larson. A deep three for Larson, and it's good. Second three ball of the night for Landon Larson. Cuts it to 15, 51-36. Stanley County can play for the last shot. Shot clock is off here to close out the third quarter. Montana backs it back out. He's got to make progress here. Now he finds Boxley over on the right wing. He drives with 4 seconds. Montana, the loose basketball in the air. He grabs it and puts it off the glass and up and in for two. A fine finish to the quarter for the Stanley County Buffaloes on the Wagner Auto scoreboard. They now lead by 17 over Potter County, 53-36. Scoreboard brought to you by Wagner Auto Company and Pier, the one place to go. Let's pause for 60 seconds. We'll go to the fourth next. This is high school basketball on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
WindCircle, operating since 1995. We combine quality customer service and experience with the right technology to meet your needs. Our cybersecurity certified technicians will make sure your systems are secure. Services offered are video and data cabling, service and support contracts, cutting-edge camera systems to door security devices. WindCircle has many hardware options: Dell, HP, Cisco, SonicWall, and Ruckus, to name a few. Our staff has over 30 years of combined network design and cabling experience at your disposal. Call us today, 605-224-1111, and request a free quote. Again, that's 605-224-1111.
Back to Parkview Gym, it'll be Stanley County with the first possession of the fourth quarter. Stanley County outscored Potter County 24-18 in that third period. But the Buffalo possession ends prematurely. A Chance Smith steal. Now a loose basketball at half court, picked up by Caden Montana. And he wins the race on the breakaway. Another layup up and in. Montana starting to get hot now. He's got 8 points in the second half, 11 in the game. Down the lane, a floater up, no good by Larson. That one rims in and out. Tough break for Landon. And Brock save, coast to coast, up and in with the layup. 4-point swing right there in favor of the Buffaloes as Larson couldn't get the layup to fall. He wants three this time. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Weston Prince is in for a rebound. Now pass stolen here by Ryder Falkenhagen. Falkenhagen falls down and he'll be called for a travel. He was sliding on his back. And Bryce Hall shaking his head. There was maybe some extra things that happened that caused that fall, or the fall and the travel. Coach Hall will take the timeout here. Just a minute into the fourth quarter. This will be his second to last used. 57-36 at Stanley County in front early in the fourth. We're back in 60 seconds with more high school basketball on KGFX.
Explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a recarpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start stop technology, you'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home.
RP Jim out of the Agtegra timeout. Remember, Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Brock Zabe in the lane from Caden, Montana. Another shot up and good. Stanley County continues to grow the lead. It is suddenly at 23 now, 59-36. Badler's working it around the perimeter here. Jet Simon. He'll get it back to Jackson Krause. Now Ryder Falkenhagen. He's going to fire a long one. This one off the mark, no good. Krause is there for the rebound. He'll take a push from Simon. Jackson Krause will go to the free throw line, I believe, to shoot. Nope, we're in the fourth quarter now, Brian. That's the first foul for either team in the fourth. I'm still trying to get used to those new foul rules, I guess. Here's an inbound from Smith to Larson. Nice spin move. Landon's off the glass, up and in for two. And the Battlers with their first field goal of the fourth quarter. 59-38 with 6 minutes even to play. In Montana drives right side of the baseline. This time he comes up a little bit short, and Montana is down. Not sure if he fell on his shoulder, but he's writhing in some pain. And Sam Nas, the trainer, is checking on the left knee of Caden, Montana. And he's just asking Caden to stay still, and he'll help him up. Caden is not going to put much weight on the left knee right now. And I'll tell you what, it looks like he is, I think from here it looks like that might be a dislocation. You can see that something doesn't quite look right from even from the distance I'm at. I'm in the corner, the far corner from where Montana is at. And you can understand the pain that Caden is in right now. Well, Sammy will work on that one. Meanwhile, the Buffaloes will have to play on defensively. Potter County inbounds. Chance Smith down on the right block. Good strong move, but the shot too strong itself. Blaze Frost will rebound. And the Buffaloes will head the other direction. Here's three. Looking for it is Paxton Deal on the right side. That's no good. Smith goes up high to pick a rebound down. Now back to the Battlers, still trailing 59-38. Falkenhagen again splitting defenders, and he'll get this one up and in, but Falkenhagen had the ball come back to him, and he has just been teed up. And I think the reason for this is that Ryder he threw the ball back out of bounds. Sometimes that's okay, but this time just a little too much authority on that. If you do it inadvertently, you get a delay of game warning, but this time, Falkenhagen is just flat out teed up. And Brock Zabe will get two foul shots. The first one is good, and of course Stanley County will get the basketball. That technical foul is the third personal for Falkenhagen. Second one no good. 1 out of 2 for Zabe. He's starting to spend a lot of time at the free throw line, but Brock's having himself quite a ball game. $25 points at quick count there. 60-40. Smith knocks a pass away. Falkenhagen looking to win the race, and he does, but a foul is called on the floor, I believe, before the shot. I think it was Chance Smith who tipped the entry pass away. Falkenhagen picked it up. He was fouled on the floor by Blaze Frost, so no basket there. Still 60-40. Battlers inbound. We've got 5 and 5 to go, fourth quarter. Falkenhagen step back three here, comes up short, and that'll bound away out of bounds on the baseline. Ryder 0 for 2 from long range now. Eddie Duffy back in there. He's been sitting quite a while. I believe he came back in for Caden Montana. This is Deal. 12-footer, right side, no good. Falkenhagen out of there with it. Speeding away up to the rack again, no good. Rebound pulled down by Potter County. But Jet Simon was blocked on his way back up, and now Jackson Krause trying to keep the possession alive, but he loses a handle on it, and that'll be out of bounds, and another turnover here for Potter County. Now 4.5 minutes to go. Again, Caden Montana out with what I believe was a dislocated kneecap on the left side. Here's a traveling violation. It'll go to Zabe. Been getting some help from the trainer, Sam Nas. He's going to be a while before he's able to walk comfortably again. Certainly won't see him back in this game, but the Buffaloes right now don't need him. They lead by 20. Simon picks the dribble up. Here is Smith. Chance to Ryder Falkenhagen. Falkenhagen comes up short. Zabe out of there with a rebound. Buffs have a 3-on-2. Zabe takes it himself the distance. Lays it up and in with a left hand. Falkenhagen just about made a pretty layup, and that's what he's capable of doing, but it has been a tough night all in all for him. 62-40. He'll feed Larson. Landon wants 3. That won't go. The rebound comes down to Weston Prince. Buffaloes will head it up the other way, right to left again. Deal skips it across. Weston Prince on the move. Feeds it back to Deal. He fumbled it, picked it up, puts it up and in. Paxton Deal's been quiet for a while, but he has 9 points now. 64-40 as we hit the 3:15 mark of quarter number 4. Smith in the lane. He bounces it out to the corner, but leads Larson too far. And that'll trickle out of bounds. It'll be Buffalo basketball again. Prince out. Brendan Bothwell in for Stanley County. Both of these teams will be playing next on Tuesday. Here's a steal at half court by Lukens to take a Bothwell pass away. Carter misses, gets his own rebound, puts it back up and in. Another offensive rebound. This one with the ball getting away, and I think we've got a player down. It is a Stanley County Buffalo. It's Bothwell, so an official's play stoppage here. Well, Carter Lukens, who was outstanding on the offensive glass in the first half, finally got another one here in the second half. Second chance basket, but it still is all Stanley County on the board, 64-42. Here's Duffy. Now to Deal, swing it around the perimeter. Bothwell penetrates back out to Blaze Frost, and I think Falkenhagen gets a hand on this one as that one comes up short. And then Falkenhagen catches it on the fly and is fouled by Bothwell. 4 personals for Brendan Bothwell. 2.5 minutes to play. And a 64-42 Stanley County lead. And a blocking foul on Zabe in front of the Battler bench. 4 fouls for the Buffaloes now here in the fourth quarter. Zabe's third personal. Here's Falkenhagen. Pulls up. 14-footer, no good. Zabe will tip it to Duffy for the rebound. Duffy trying to keep it alive. Battler's hounding him, but Duffy gets it away. Now Frost off to Zabe. Zabe dribbling in the lane. The floater is up and good. Brock Zabe in 2-point range is 8 for 8 in the second half. He's missed 1 3-pointer since halftime. Here's Falkenhagen again through defender's shot, no good. Second chance opportunity for Lukens will not go. And Stanley County has it again, but bodies are on the floor once again. Joey Fisher is going to go on a 5-for-5 swap here. Did see Jaron Chase, a 5'3" sophomore, checked in the last play stoppage. Buffalo fans will applaud the 5 checking out as they lead 66-42, under 2 minutes to play. Minute 44 to be exact. Wyatt Mortensen is in. Kelby Olson, 5'10" junior, on for the first time. Austin Boxley, who's played quality minutes in this game, is back in as well. So he and Mortensen have played minutes. But Kelby Olson, as well as Q Bourne, the 6'4" sophomore, on for the first time. This is Boxley driving from the right side, misses, gets his own board, puts it back up and in. A stat patter there for Austin Boxley, his first field goal of the night. He has 4 points. Jaron Chase to Jackson Krause. Landon Larson, 4-3, off the back of the rim, no good. Kelby Olson to the rebound for the Buffaloes. Mortensen here, and he throws it over the top of Olson. That'll be over his head and out of bounds. A turnover here with 1:11 to play. Mentioned both of these teams playing on Tuesday. Stanley County going to host the Sully Buttes Chargers. Potter County heads out west on Highway 212 out to Faith. They'll take on the 9-0 Longhorns. Obviously having a great season so far in the Great Northwest. Here comes Jaron Chase. Good-looking little player. And I say that affectionately. He's just 5'3". Shot will not go. Rimmed in and out. No good. Buffalo's with the rebound. Boxley driving again, but this floater is up no good. And Brendan Bieber, a 5'9" junior, in there, coming down with the Potter County rebound. 68-42. Bieber still has it, and will have a held ball. And it'll stay with the Battlers here. Sean Sawyer checking out. Jackson Krause as well. Sepp Van Osterhout in for the first time, a 6'3" junior. And he was joined by Joseph Stanley, a 5'9" sophomore. Here's Chase. Rain making 3, this time no good. Boxley rebounds again. The Buffaloes want to run. They miss a layup, but Kelby Olson has a second chance. No good. Third opportunity. Noah Baldwin down with a rebound. Now Kelby Olson for 3 is good. Well, the JVs want to get in on the act, and Kelby Olson will maybe finish this thing off. Chase, one last opportunity. An offensive rebound, no good for Van Osterhout, and that'll do it. The Stanley County Buffaloes, impressive tonight. Sharp shooting from the get-go. And then the fast break and transition game was in full swing later in the contest as the Buffaloes win it. Your final score on the Gales, on the Wagner Auto scoreboard. Stanley County 71, Potter County 42. Wagner Auto Company of Pierre, the one place to go, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer. Stanley County wins it going away by 29. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back, get into the post-game show. Post-game sponsored by Family Dental of Pierre in Gettysburg. We'll give you the full recap, and we'll announce a Bauman Lumber player of the game. Once again, Stanley County impressive tonight in victory. They improved to 5-6 on the season. Potter County has a 4-game win streak come to an end. They fall to 6-4. Family Dental postgame is next in 3 minutes. This is regional high school basketball, and your home for just such a thing. Regional high school basketball, 1060 KGFX and drgnews.com.
By offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota, specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
No need to be afraid of all those upcoming holiday expenses. Oahe Federal Credit Union's holiday loan special is back. Borrow up to $1,500 for 12 months at 7% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where we treat you like you own the place, because you do.
People helping people. Oahe Federal Credit Union.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Fort Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Buffaloes!
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
Back at Parkview Gym, we welcome you, and good Friday night here for high school basketball. Stanley County spotted Potter County a couple of free throws early on, but then got hot from a long range. They hit 5 3-pointers, and suddenly a 19-7 first quarter lead. I really thought coming into this game that this was going to be nip and tuck the entire way. I thought on paper that these two teams, and maybe I'm incorrect in thinking that, but I thought even if it wasn't similarities on paper necessarily, but I thought both of these teams were athletic enough to keep up. But it just felt like in this case, Potter County, who's been playing well, winning 4 straight, but tonight it just seems like the speed and quickness of the Stanley County Buffaloes kind of ended up being a matchup problem for the Battlers, and they need to, I think, and Coach Hall mentioned it in the pregame conversation, they want to slow the tempo, they want to defend, they want to use their defense to turn that into offense. But in this case, when they were able to do that, and they did, they forced 21 turnovers to the Stanley County Buffaloes, but Stanley County has the speed to get back on defense, and Potter County, I think, may have been a little bit surprised by that, and that was just an adjustment on this night that they were not able to make. The transition game for Stanley County eventually really won out in the second half in this one. Again, it was 19-7 at the end of one. Potter County an 11-10 advantage in the second period, and they were hanging in there, but still kind of a scuffling offense in the first half for the Battlers. They trailed 29-18, but then both teams started scoring quite a bit from the free throw line, as it turned out. The foul numbers picked up, but so did the scoring, as it turned out. 24-18, the Buffs had the advantage in the third quarter. 53-36 was the score at the end of 3. And then Potter County, I think, in rushing and pressing and trying to score, maybe where opportunities weren't necessarily there, they scuffled again on the floor in that fourth quarter and only scored 6 points on 3 field goals. The Buffaloes outscore them 18-6 in the fourth period, and again, they win it going away by 29, as it turns out, 71-42. Stanley County with a great shooting second half, 17 out of 29, granted a lot of high percentage shots in there, and a lot of those coming in transition. And that's another thing too. What we saw, another thing I saw in this game is a lot of hustle from both teams, but I think as both teams tried to play up tempo, Stanley County is the team that's a little more well-equipped to do that. What we saw, the difference to me in this one was body control. Things tended to get a little bit out of control, especially I think when Potter County wanted to push the issue. Granted, it wasn't the prettiest of games for Stanley County in that game either, but I think the Buffaloes, Caden Montana, Brock Zabe, people like that were able to at least, when they were driving through traffic, when they were running that transition game, they were the team that was still much more in control and able to finish their layups off, or at least get good looks at other shots and things like that. So I think that's the big difference in this game and why Stanley County comes out on top. Buffaloes again 17 of 29 in the second half, 26 of 54 on the game unofficially. They hit 7 threes, 5 of which come in the first period. So a quick start, which was key to success for Coach Joey Fisher in our pregame conversation, came to fruition, and the Buffaloes were able to manage the game from there. They hit 12 of 17 free throws. Brock Zabe with what seemed to be a very quiet 29 points, but what a great game he had. And again, in 2-point range, Zabe was 8 for 8 in the second half, 8 for 9 overall, missing a free throw or a three-pointer, but he did hit on 6 of 9 free throws in the second half as well. So Zabe with 21 in the second half, 29 overall in the game. And Stanley County puts 8 players in the scoring column, along with Zabe. Paxton Deal, check it, Caden Montana comes in with 11 points. And again, Montana suffered a knee injury late in this game, which to me, even from a distance, looked like a dislocation. So hopefully I don't know how long it takes to come back off of those things. Yes, you might say a guy gets that popped back in, but I think it's a little more complex than that. And hopefully Caden will be okay as the season progresses. He scores 11. Paxton Deal with 9 points. Eddie Duffy was hot right from the start. He gets 3 threes in the first period, but that's all the scoring he has. He was very quiet the rest of the way, but he will finish with 9 points as well. Then Austin Boxley off the bench checks in with 4 points. Wyatt Mortensen hit a 3 in the first quarter. Brendan Bothwell hits 3 points. And Kelby Olson with the last three-pointer down off the bench for the Buffaloes. 71 on the board. Meanwhile, Potter County just 25% in the second half, 13 of 57 on the game. And that's down in the 22, 23 percentile range, I believe. 2 of 14 from outside the arc, 14 of 22 from the free throw line. Ryder Falkenhagen does have a good game, 20 points overall, 16 of those coming in the second half. Carter Lukens scores 8 points tonight, but he also has 9 rebounds, and 7 of those come on the offensive glass. Carter was working hard and plays well in the losing effort. Landon Larson with 2 threes included in his 8 points. But from there, it's just Jackson Krause with 2 points, Chance Smith with 2 points, and Jet Simon with 2 points as the Battlers fall 71-42. Buffaloes with a 38-26 rebounding advantage in this one, 10-8 on the offensive end. I've got Brock Zabe with 7 rebounds. Buffaloes spread that statistic around from a number of different players. And again, Lukens leading the Battlers with 9 boards. Stanley County does turn it over 21 times. Potter County 16. The Buffaloes with a 15-6 advantage in the assist column. Good ball movement, but a lot of that coming in that transition game as well, as the Buffaloes win this one by 29 on your Wagner Auto scoreboard, as it were. Reminder to those who will be traveling, we wish safe travels to the Battler fans on the way back, and the Battler team as well. South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us all that they celebrate being a part of a team. And remember, buckling up is the best way to save your life in a crash. Do it for your friends and family. You've got someplace to be. And remember to slow down and drive for winter driving conditions as well, from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Got one order of business to take care of, and that is the naming of tonight's Bauman Lumber Player of the Game. We'll think about that. Let's take a break here, and we'll be back. We'll announce your Bauman Lumber Player of the Game next. This is high school basketball on KGFX.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Bauman Lumber with players of the game, and in the losing cause, Ryder Falkenhagen with the 20 points, but Carter Lukens with all of those offensive rebounds was as impressive as anybody in a Battler uniform to me tonight. And for the Buffaloes, when everybody gets in the act, it's kind of hard to pick a Bauman Lumber player of the game. Brock Zabe scores 29 points tonight, and obviously he's the leader out there, the 6'5 senior. Hard to turn away from him. I know he's got player of the game t-shirts. Maybe he'll have to hand one off to somebody else who plays well tonight. I could probably go with somebody who is on the bench in this one as we try to spread the wealth. Caden Montana again with 11 points. Paxton Deal, Eddie Duffy with 9 points. But I think Brock Zabe just stands out too tall and with a too high of a scoring tally in this one to ignore his efforts in this one. He'll be our player of the game, sponsored by Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. We get a Bauman Lumber and KGFX Sports t-shirt going to Brock Zabe of the Buffaloes, leading the way in a 71-42 victory for Stanley County. Buffs are 5-6 on the season. They'll host Sully Buttes coming up on Tuesday night. We do not have coverage of that one planned, but the Buffalo boys and girls go to Crow Creek on Thursday, and those two games will be on KGFX Thursday night in our next Buffalo broadcast. Also next Saturday, when Stanley County entertains Cheyenne Eagle Buttes in a doubleheader starting in the late afternoon. And Stanley County standout and former Gatorade Player of the Year and Miss Basketball Sam Osterello is going to be inducted into the Buffalo Athletic Hall of Fame on that particular night, and that's going to be special for me to see that. Sam and I pretty close over the years, and just one of the best players that I've ever had the pleasure of covering in 21 years of broadcasting. So we're looking forward to that next Saturday. For the Potter County Battlers, they'll head to Faith. Tough game for with the Longhorns, who are 9-0. That'll be on Tuesday night, but we've got plenty of Potter County basketball coverage on DRG Media Group stations coming up as well. They have a doubleheader with North Central at Gettysburg, and we'll have that on KMLO 100.7 FM coming up on Thursday. Then a week from Monday, Potter County plays at Lyman in a rescheduled doubleheader. We intend to have that on a DRG Media Group station. We're not quite sure which one yet, but we expect to have that. And then even beyond that, another doubleheader with the Sully Buttes Chargers, February 2nd, a couple of Fridays from now, and that'll be on KMLO FM as well. So follow the Battlers on KMLO. Follow the Buffaloes primarily on KGFX, but also other stations of DRG Media Group. I want to say thank you to Brian Menning for running live video for Live Ticket. You can rewatch this game on the KGFX page of drgnews.com or from gobuffs.live. They'll have that out on YouTube once we sign off as well. And for Haley Hansen in studio, and for everybody joining us tonight, we thank you for making or spending part of your Friday evening with us. Your final score on the Wagner Auto scoreboard: the Stanley County Buffaloes defeat the Potter County Battlers in boys basketball action 71-42. Coverage of regional high school basketball is brought to you on KGFX in part by Venture Communications and by Hoven Equity, the Hoven Bar and Grill and Hoven Co-op, by Plains Commerce Bank, Black Sheep Agronomy, Fisher Rounds and Associates, Insurance and Real Estate, by Schlochter Lumber, C&B Operations and John Deere Dealers in Gettysburg, Brown Agronomy, and Stan's C-Score. Stan's C-Store in Gettysburg. Say that 3 times fast. I never miss that one. The game's also brought to you in part by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre, by Nystrom Electrical Contracting, Oahe Federal Credit Union, and Ferding Electric, and by the Pierre Regional Airport, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Access Health in Fort Pierre, Sioux Nation, First Dakota National Bank, and Avera Health of Pierre. Tonight's game brought to you within the contest, within the broadcast by Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Montana and Dakota Utilities, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Dakota Mart stores in Fort Pierre and Pierre, Agtegra, CHS, River Plains, Family Dental of Gettysburg, Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre, and who also sponsors our live video on the KGFX page of drgnews.com, and by Wagner Auto in Pierre, the one place to go. Again, your final Wagner Auto scoreboard, 71-42. It's the Buffaloes on top tonight. From Parkview Gym, I'm Brian Oakland, DRG Media Group Sports. We've got Governor Wrestling coming up tomorrow from the East-West Duels on KGFX, and Pierre Governor Girls Basketball on Tuesday night as well when they go to Aberdeen. Before that, Stanley County doubleheader at Crow Creek on Thursday for upcoming action. Have a great weekend, everybody.